This morning I'm at the Ivy, which is very exciting, for a very special launch of The Last Laugh, which is playing at the Morecambe Theatre from the 25th of February through to the end of March, and then it's going on a UK tour. So this morning I'm going to be able to see some exclusive performances, and I'm very much looking forward to it. We're going to have a breakfast too, so that's very exciting. So let's go. That's the Ivy of all Ivies. So I've never actually been into this Ivy. I've been into the brasseries. Actually that's a lie, I have been into the bar, but I've not been in for like food or anything, so I've not seen the full place. I'm very excited. Got goodie bags, we have goodie bags.
I believe is one of the best arts festivals in the world. Usually we get a mixed bag of what their favourites were. Most of them aren't things we can transfer, and you know, it could be from one year it was an improvised dance piece of Cleopatra or something like that. So when they said it was this play called The Last Laugh, about Tommy, Eric and Bob, I just didn't believe them. I thought they were doing it because they know I love that genre. But I left Mallorca in the flip-flops and the swim shorts and flew straight up there to Edinburgh, saw the last performance, and I remember laughing and laughing and laughing at actually what is new material, and also becoming very emotionally upset at some of the themes. So it's such a great pleasure that we're all here today. Things come together really quickly if everyone has that same kind of response, and other people did. Theatre managers did, other celebrity artists, comedians said the same thing, the critics said the same thing. So it very quickly we're able to put together, working with Evolution Productions, a West End run, a New York run, and a UK tour. So I'm just really pleased that this is able to happen. I'm pleased you're all here, but now I'd like to introduce to you the first person, one of the artists, Bob Monkhouse.
Thank you, my friends. What a wonderful welcome. May I say, right away, what a joy it is to be here this morning, to meet you all here. Gosh, that smell of eggs, it reminds me of the old days when I was on the ships. It's a joy to see you all here, and may I say thank you to Jamie Wilson for that terrific welcome. Jamie, a West End legend you are, and a man who refuses to let success go to his clothes. Boy, I've been up since 4 doing this. Jamie Wilson, a hard man to ignore, but well worth the effort. He has, as I'm sure you're aware, such a reputation in the West End, so much so that even his own staff call him a cult. I think that's what they say, Jamie, my gosh. And you know, I mean, Jamie has his share of bad luck. Oh my gosh. Well, he got here earlier today, and there was a usual big crowd outside the door of the Ivy, and the shout went up, "Here's Jamie Wilson!" Everybody stared at him. I mean, he was so embarrassed. I think he wished he hadn't shouted. When you make the kind of money Jamie's now making with success, it is incredible. People assume he's very mean. But I've never seen that myself. No, I think he's quite generous, although he once won a holiday for 2 and went twice. Right, Jamie? Our neighbours, I believe. Yeah, well, because we're neighbours out there. Terrific. And Jamie said to me, he said, you know, Bob, Bob, you know, when I go on a holiday, gosh, I love to sleep in the nude. And I said, Jamie, that's not a bad thing. Except, of course, on those really long flights. I was on a flight with Jamie only recently. I'd been on tour for 6 weeks. And I got to the airport, and I was missing my wife. So I gave her a ring, and I said, I'm thinking about the last time we made love. And she says, ooh. She said, ooh, ooh, ooh. She said, who is this? Similar experiences here, I'm sure, my gosh. Well, you know me as Bob Monkhouse, the game show host, and over many years I've also presented other live entertainment television shows, including one called Bob Says Opportunity Knocks, a name that still rings in legend, clearly. And I used to go to the auditions, and when you sat doing auditions from 9 in the morning till 7 at night, and you saw somebody with talent, it would lift your heart. And when you sat through some of the other crap that used to knacker you, you should have seen what we turned out. My gosh, we had one old man. Oh, he must have come back 6 times, 7 times, sang the same old garbage every time. And in the end, I was the one who had to tell him. I said, Des, if in doubt, wait. And then wait some more. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I'm an exponent of British comedy, and one of my greatest friends is able to join us this morning, a man mountain of magic and mirth. Would you please put your hands together for the one and only Tommy Cooper.
Coming through, thank you. Nice. I'm just, come on, let's get through. Coming through, there we are. Won't be long now. There we are. Thank you. Thank you. Get in. Hold on, quick photo. There we are. Thank you very much. You all right? Good evening. Sorry, your bag. Sorry, yeah, sorry. I'm just washing it up. All right, here we are. That's it. Right, good evening. Good morning, good evening. Good morning. Good morning. Have I got time for more? Do you know, I don't like these feet, you know. They smell foul. It's a chicken. Well, James, I'm staying on. I'm going to stay on. Yeah. Okay? I thought I told you to wait in the truck. Now, oh, Jamie, think of a card. Any card you like. Now, don't tell me what it is. Have you got one? Have you? Now, this duck is going to pick your card from this pack. Now, you may have seen a duck do that before, but be fair. Blindfolded? Right, yeah. Right. Jamie Wilson, theatre impresario. What was your card?
Ace of Spades.
Correct. Isn't it lovely being in the Ivy? Eh? I was here last night. I said to the waiter, I said, this chicken I've got here is cold. He said, it should be, it's been dead 2 weeks. I said, not only that, I said, it's got one leg short the other. He said, what do you want to do, eat it or draft it? I said, forget the chicken, I said, bring me the lobster. So he brought the lobster, and I looked at him. I said, just a minute, I said. Just a minute. Just a minute. All right. I said, it's only got one claw. He said, it's been a fight. I said, well, bring me the winner. Hey,
What are you doing?
what am I doing?
What are you doing?
I'm auditioning for Mrs. Doubtfire.
I thought you'd give me a big introduction.
Well, I am, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get off then.
All right. I'm doing a song, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That'll clear the place.
I'll smash your face here.
Well, go on then, get off.
All right.
Yeah.
You will join it, won't you?
I will, yes, I'll join it, yeah.
All right,
Yeah, go on, yeah, this is longer than the play.
All
Go on,
right.
get off. Yeah, is he gone? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Jamie Wilson, please welcome the one, the only, Mr. Eric Morecambe.
Oh, yeah. Get off. Right. Thank you.
Bob, let's Bob.
Yeah, it's all right. Come on, Bob. Yeah. Right.
Eric, I think you're playing all the wrong notes.
Excuse me, man. I'm playing all the right notes.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in the right order. Right. Anyway, I will find you, don't care where. Look behind you, I'll be there, following you around. Come on, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, the Crankies on backing vocals there. That's it. Rain or shine, you won't shake me, I don't mind. Where you take me, spend my time following you around. Now listen, don't you know, hiding from me does no good. Wherever you may go, I'll be in the neighborhood. If you fly, I will follow, I don't care about tomorrow. That's why I'm following you around. Now I need you to laugh. Will you laugh, baby? La la la, la 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 la. If you run, I'll run faster. I'm gonna stick just like a piece of plaster. Get my kicks, following you around. Yes, I get my kicks, following you around. Yes, I get my kicks, following you around.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We don't want you to give too much away.
No.
We do open in 2 weeks at the Noel Coward.
He's only little, isn't he?
I'd like to introduce you now to the writer and director of this play, Paul Hendy.
And thank you to Jamie as well for his belief. As he said, he sort of only mentioned it briefly in that he did turn up on the last day of Edinburgh, and he genuinely was just wearing shorts and flip-flops. Have you been to Edinburgh? It was freezing cold. But he sat in the auditorium, he watched the play, and this is the absolute truth. At the end, he nudged me and he said, "We'll take this to the West End." And he's been good to his word. So a big round of applause for Jamie Wilson. Thank you, Jamie. And another big round of applause for Bob Golding, Damien Williams and Simon Cartwright. They really are these characters. I was looking around the room just before this, thinking, who remembers these guys? So, who does remember these characters? But that's good. Who doesn't remember these characters? Yeah, that's fine though. But even if you don't, I think, because what was really interesting, obviously we expect a certain demographic, that this show will appeal to the, let's say the over 30s, 90s, the over 50s, let's say, let's be kind. But what we did find in Edinburgh, it did find a younger audience, because Jamie didn't just come up on his, he did send sort of some outriders first. I think, who did you send? Harrison and Freddie, who were 17? He sent them out first to watch it, and they went back to Jamie and reported back and said it's a great play. And as you would have seen, these guys they're not just actors. I wrote this originally as a short film. It was a short 20-minute film, which you can still see on Vimeo. And then in lockdown, what we all did, I wrote a play of it, I extended it. And people say to me, why these particular comedians? Why? Just, why? But the truth is, there is a reason for these three particular comedians, because they each have a very different approach to comedy. I was going to say Damien, but actually they're each like their own character. But Tommy was very much a naturally gifted comedian. He actually couldn't help but be funny. He was innately funny. He had genuinely funny bones. Everything he said was funny. Damien is like that. I would say that Bob Monkhouse was, by his sort of own admission, not a naturally funny man, but could write a great gag and really honed a gag and really worked at comedy and was a great student of comedy. But it's up to you, Simon, would you agree that's sort of like him? No. And maybe Eric was sort of in the middle, I always think, whereas he was a great, gifted, natural comedian. Yes. There you go. a great gifted comedian, naturally funny, but once again, he needed writers, he needed material, he just couldn't come up with it himself, whereas Tommy could make anything funny. So it was that different approach to comedy that I really liked. But the real reason I wrote it for these is because I had these, I had no money. No, I had these three actors, I knew about these three actors, so it wasn't as if I wrote it and then had to find three actors to play the roles. I wrote it because I knew these three guys could really, not just act, and they could be these roles, and I hope you've seen a little bit this morning. Obviously that was very much quite comedic this morning. It gets very nostalgic and very poignant during the play, so there's a lot of depth to it. Why do we need to be funny? Why are we still talking about this? Tommy and Eric died in 1984, 41 years ago, and we're still talking about them here at the Ivy, which is incredible. Why are we doing that? Well, we explore that in the play a little bit. So, what we'll do, if anybody's got any questions now, we'll take some questions if you want, or the guys are going to just, you might want to take those feet off, mate. Keep them on. We're going to be around if you want to ask any of us any questions. We'll be around here, and if anybody wants any photographs.
Hello, come and see us at the Morecambe Theatre in London.
Yeah, and in New York in the spring.
And we'll be on the road, all the way around the UK from June